mean to a player like an individual milestone like that?
Oh, I think it's something that I'm proud to have played 150 games. Joining the sport late and coming into it through, I guess, a different pathway to play 150 games, I'm pretty proud of, but hopefully there's a fair few more to come.
You mentioned the late stars. That obviously, when you're a kid, probably something you didn't dream about, probably in a different sport?
Yeah, I always loved playing lots of sports as a kid and, one day dreamed of playing professional sport. I guess at the time it probably wasn't AFL, but I'm very, very grateful for the opportunity I've had to come into this wonderful game and to enjoy 150 games so far, 149 so far.
What other sports did you kind of flirt with there, Kurt, and how close did you come to playing any of those professionally?
I played a lot of basketball, soccer. I guess growing up in Queensland, the rugby codes are big up there as well. So I tried my hand at a lot of those sort of sports and enjoyed those, but I'm very grateful to have found my way into AFL through a couple of friends at school.
What made AFL stand out? Was that because you were better at AFL, do you think, or you enjoyed it more? Or
I simply played because I was having fun with friends from school. So I think that's probably the extent of it, really. Just had a lot of fun with a group of mates from school and was lucky enough to have some good coaches who can continue sort of encourage me to keep going.
You don't regret giving up your basketball career in the Bullets ID squad?
No, look, that was a fantastic part of my childhood, playing a lot of basketball with my friends and also my family. My brother and my sister played a lot of basketball as well, so I enjoyed that, but yeah, very happy to be playing football and I love the game.
You mentioned the enjoyment factor. Has that come back a lot this year now that your body's allowing you to play the way you can?
Yeah, I think at any time, even through the tough times when you're injured or you might not be in the best form, you still love the game and want to get out there and play at every opportunity.
You kicked 37 goals this year. You've got more headouts than you've ever had in your entire career for a season. People have, for some reason, have been critical of you during the season. Has that criticism at all been justified? Do you think people have been fair or unfair to you at all?
Oh, look, we're in a high performance environment. I think people are entitled to their opinion and this year's been a little bit different in the fact that I've been playing in the ruck and up forward. So I've been trying to get that balance right. I want to play both those roles as best I can, so I want to have an impact in the middle and then also an impact in front of goal. So hopefully, it's all coming together and I can play that role really well going forward.
Yeah, has it taken a while to click? Because obviously you're peaking at the right time.
It's been a bit of a challenge. It's different, having played mainly up forward for the last 2 years here in Sydney, to then sort of play a bit more time in the ruck. It's been great. I really enjoy that role, so hopefully I can play it well.
What happened early in the year? Horse obviously suggested to you that he wanted you to play more in the ruck. Was that something that you immediately embraced, or did you need a bit of time to get your head around it?
Yeah, coming to this season, Horse challenged a lot of guys to play dual roles and to really help the team's versatility. So that was part of my role, was to play a bit more time in the middle, and we trained it over the summer and I played, at some stage I played ruck in every game this year, so that's a part of us becoming better as a team.
You've taken some big contested marks, especially over the last couple of weeks. Does that confidence that you've got back now take a while to come back after the knee problems you had?
Yeah, taking those sort of marks is a skill, and if you're not able to do it in training and then in games, you can't improve it. So to be able to be out there at training and to play consistently is the best thing for those sorts of things. So, the more you're out there, the better you are at it.
Was there ever a point that you thought these dodgy knees are going to keep me away from the game I love?
You have a few dark moments, I guess, when the body's not cooperating as much as you like, but that's part of it. There's plenty of guys worse off. You look at other teammates who aren't able to be out there at all, and so you've got to be grateful for every training and every game you can get in.
What's it like at this time of year? The weather's perfect up here, the finals. I know you probably don't want to think too far ahead, but at this time of year, is it the best time of year to be playing footy?
Oh, it certainly is. You have to have a look around it today and see how nice it is out in the training track, and although it was a bit cold in Melbourne on the weekend, hopefully it's going to be a nice Saturday night here in Sydney this weekend. So, yeah, looking forward to continuing on for as long as we can in September, in October.
That extra work you've done in the ruck, has that kind of helped strengthen your body? And presumably there's a lot of physical contact work involved in that as opposed to just playing as a deep forward?
I think physically the role is different to playing up forward. You know, there's a lot more sort of contests and physical confrontation when you're playing in the ruck. Up forward, it's a bit of a different demand in the fact that you need to be explosive and really attack the ball. So both roles, you know, provide something different.
Did Horse have a little bit of a word with you after that missed opportunity on the weekend there?
He did. We had a quick laugh and then it got serious, and he said, if you ever do that again, I'll drag you. So I've got to go through my full routine every time I kick a goal.
Is there any particular reason why you played on in a hurry?
I don't know.
Sorry to ask you, mate.
No, that was a bit of a brain fade. Something we'll learn from. It won't happen again.
Did you see the vision of him, his reaction?
I haven't seen it, but the boys said he looked pretty confused. So.
And the Gold Coast this week, I mean, it's a game that obviously people say you should win because of ladder positions, but how do you kind of overcome that mentality when people say, oh, it's a game you should win?
Well, there's a lot on the line really for us, isn't there? We want to finish as high up on the ladder as possible to give ourselves the best chance going into finals. So there is a lot on the line for us, and it's not something that we're going to take lightly. The Gold Coast are a very talented side, and I'm sure they're going to want to come here and finish their season on a high. So we'll be at our best.
And you'd probably expect Buddy to play a bit more time this week. Like, how much, if any, does your role alter depending on how much time he spends on the field there?
I don't think it alters too much. We're looking for him to probably play a little bit more this week as he continues to build and get back to his best. So we'll wait and see how that one goes.
How did he pull up after the weekend?
I think all reports are he pulled up pretty well. He played a bit over 2 quarters, and I thought he played pretty well, considering he'd been out for a while. So it was great to see. It was great to have him back in the side, travelling with us. And yeah, looking forward to playing with him again on Saturday night.
How to describe that burning desire within the squad, having yourself gone close 2 years in a row and being in such a good position this year?
I think, you know, you start again at every start of the season. We sat down and we said, you know, we'd like to get back and give ourselves another opportunity, and the best way to do that is to play as best as we can through the season and finish as high up on the ladder. And you know, I think we're in a pretty good position. You know, if we can win this week and finish in the top 4, you know, that gives yourself every chance. So we're pretty happy position we've put ourselves in.
Does that make you more hungry, given how close you have been in recent years?
Oh, I think you're always hungry. You never know when you're going to get an opportunity like this, so you always want to take it. Given the last couple of years where we've been in similar positions, I guess, and maybe haven't finished off the year as we'd like, you know, this one's important.
With Gold Coast, I mean, there was talk before you came to Sydney that you could go to the Gold Coast, and I think you had connections to that area. Did you ever come seriously close to going to the coast?
Oh, look, there's been plenty of talk about that. I grew up on the Gold Coast. My parents live there. But, you know, I was very, very happy to come to Sydney, and I'm loving my time in Sydney, so that's about the extent of it.